Hello children, welcome. Today I am discussing about Icse 2024 examination specimen question paper chemistry. Okay, so these all details you know already. So we'll directly go to section A. In this video I am going to discuss only about section A. So in this all the questions you have to attempt. Question number 1. Read the questions carefully. Choose the correct answers to the questions from the given options. Do not copy the question. Write the correct answers only. So you have to write which option and what is in that option. Let's take the question number 1. An aqueous solution of copper sulfate turns colorless on electrolysis. Which of the following could be the electrodes? Right? So this is the question of electrolysis, right? Copper sulfate. So in which case it will turn colorless, the copper sulfate solution, when you use inert electrode, specifically when you use inert anode, because the copper plus 2 ions concentration, whatever concentration is there, that will decrease when you take inert anode. Which are inert anodes? Platinum or graphite, which is inert, right? So in this option, if you see, first one is P is anode is copper, so this cannot be option. Q, anode is platinum, this may be option. R, anode is copper, so this cannot be an option. Cathode doesn't matter. Cathode can be inert or active. So answer should be only Q. Okay, this is how you have to analyze these kind of questions. In the same question, they can ask you, in which case it remains blue. So then both should be active electrodes, or anode should be the active electrode like copper. So in that case, P and R will be the answer. Okay. But in this case, it is only Q. Second question. A compound P is heated in a test tube with sodium hydroxide solution. A red litmus paper held at the mouth of the test tube turns blue. So there is a test tube. There is some compound P in this. They have added sodium hydroxide solution, NaOH solution, and they held a blue litmus paper, sorry, red litmus paper. So it is changing to blue. Obviously, red to blue means what? It should be a basic, and because they hold it at the mouth of the test tube, it must be a gas. So it is a basic gas. We know only one basic gas, that is ammonia gas. And you know the method of preparation of ammonia in ammonia chapter. So you take any ammonium salt, ammonium chloride or ammonium sulfate, usually ammonium chloride, and heat it with an alkali. So here out of these four, ammonium sulfate, the compound containing ammonium ion is the D. Okay, so this is how we have to analyze. Third question. The atomic masses of sulfur, oxygen, helium are given 32, 16 and 4 respectively. Which of the following statements regarding the number of atoms, okay, in 32 gram of sulfur, 16 gram of oxygen, 4 gram of helium is correct? So first you have to see the number of moles, because then you will come to know the number of molecules or atoms will be same. 32 gram of sulfur will be 1 mole of sulfur, that is given, na? Whatever gram atomic mass is there, it will be 1 mole. So 16 gram of oxygen is what? Again 1 mole of oxygen atom. 4 gram of helium means again 1 mole. So all of them are having the same number of moles, means same number of atoms. So here first question you read, first statement, 16 gram of oxygen contains 4 times the number. So this cannot be correct, because all should have same number of atoms. 16 gram of oxygen contains half the number of atoms. This also cannot be correct. So only P, only Q, both P and Q, neither P nor Q. So it is neither P nor Q is the correct answer. Okay. Next question. Question number 4. Ammonia gas is passed through quicklime. Okay. This is the drying, right? then collected in a jar. Red and blue litmus paper are placed in the jar. W, X, Y, Z are the four observations. Which of the above observations correctly shows the reaction of the litmus papers to ammonia? So first of all, ammonia is a basic gas, right? So it will change the color of moist red litmus to blue. If there is a moist blue litmus, it remains blue only. That should be an option. See, red litmus turns blue, yes. Blue litmus paper remains blue, then it should be W. Remaining cannot be correct. Remains red, turns blue, turns red, no. The answer is W. Simple question. Okay, glucose reacts with concentrated sulfuric acid to give very pure form of carbon called sugar charcoal. The reaction taking place is, so you know concentrated sulfuric acid has different roles. It is a very good oxidizing agent, very good dehydrating agent, right? So it can also act as an acid in the dilute form. So this particular glucose is what? C6H12O6. Sometimes they will also ask you to write the balanced equation. So you will write the conc H2SO4 on the arrow mark. Then just remove the water molecule. H2O. You can write this like this. See, H2O 6 times if you can write it like this. So what is left? 6 carbon plus 6 H2O. So this is what? Removal of water. Hydra, dehydra, so dehydration. Dehydration, this is the equation. This is the observation. What is the observation? A black spongy mass of carbon is formed, which is nothing but sugar charcoal. Next, sixth question. In which of the following electrolytic cells, PQR or S, will silver plating be done on the spoon? So electroplating, it may be any metal in place of silver. Electroplating, what you will take? You will take the electrolytic cell, you will take the anode and cathode. So anode is which one? Connected to positive terminal. Cathode is which one? Connected to negative terminal. So anode always should be the pure metal which you want to electroplate on the other substance. So cathode should be which one? The article to be electroplated, right? Article to be electroplated. This is cathode. This is anode, positive. Add anode. Remember, add anode, positive. Add means positive, right? So you can just see here silver plate is anode. Okay, silver plated spoon, distilled water. Distilled water cannot be the electrolyte, right? So here anode is silver plate, silver plated spoon is the cathode, silver nitrate solution. This can be the option. Let's see remaining. Again distilled water is there, not possible. So here if you see this is anode, this is cathode. So anode they have taken silver plated spoon, so this cannot be correct. It should be cathode, the spoon should be cathode, the metal should be anode. So your answer should be Q. So it is Q. Silver nitrate can be used, but actually what we use silver argento, not silver, sorry, sodium. We use sodium argento cyanide solution. Solution is important. If you simply write the sodium argento cyanide, it is incorrect. So this one actually we use to electroplate silver. Question number 8. The basicity of acetic acid. Acetic acid is what? CH3COOH. It is IUPAC name is ethanoic acid. Right? So out of 4 hydrogens, only this hydrogen is replaceable. So it will give you only one hydronium ion in water. Okay, and CH3COO minus will be anion, acetate anion. So therefore the basicity should be 1. The number of hydrogens are 4, but the basicity is 1. Question number 8. A gives you A3 plus, B gives you B minus 1. Number of electrons present in the outermost shells of atoms A and B respectively are. So if A is forming a cation, it should be metal. So metals will have 1 or 2 or 3 valence electrons. So if it is forming plus 3, then it should be 3 valence electrons, means it must belong to group. What they have asked here, number of electrons in the outermost shell. So it must be number of electrons are 3. So there are two options. Okay. B is forming anion, then it must be non-metal, right? So non-metals will gain electron. So it is gaining 1 electron, means already 7 electrons are present in outermost shell. When it's gain one more, it will become 8. So it should be the answer 3, 7. Okay, understood. Next question. Ninth one. A dash solution is observed after placing magnesium metal in a solution of copper sulfate for half an hour. So this one we learnt in grade 9. This simple displacement reaction. You have a copper sulfate solution. What is the color of copper sulfate solution? Blue color. What you did? You placed some magnesium here, magnesium metal. So it will displace copper from copper sulfate, and the displacement reaction you will get magnesium sulfate plus copper. So they have asked here dash solution is observed. So magnesium sulfate is colorless solution. So what is formed here? A colorless solution is observed after placing magnesium metal. Okay. 10th question. An element with atomic number dash will form an acidic oxide. Acidic oxides, which one? It is formed by non-metallic oxides. Non-metallic oxides will be acidic oxides, like example CO2, okay, SO2, NO2. Non-metals should be there. So if you see out of these four, 3 means 2, 1 metal. This one 2, 8, 7 non-metal. This one 2, 8, 1 metal. 2, 8, 3 metal, right? 1, 2, 3, if there are valence electrons, that is metal. The answer should be B, non-metal. Which is that? Chlorine. So chlorine oxide, Cl, Cl2O, ClO2, okay, many oxides are there, that will be acidic. 11th, which of the following is not true with respect to nitric acid? It is a strong reducing agent. This itself is not true, because nitric acid is a very strong oxidizing agent. Remaining all should be correct. 12th. Dash is a functional group of methanol. Ol represents what? Alcohol. Alcohol functional group is what? OH. Right? This one. What is the formula for methanol? Methanol, 1 carbon OH. Okay. This is the formula. 13. The process of electrolysis is an example of. Always remember, both will take place, oxidation and reduction, therefore it is redox. So how to remember it? Remember a mnemonic NCR PAO. NCR PAO. You will not have any confusion. N means what? Negative. Okay. C means cathode. Cathode is negatively charged. R means reduction takes place. This is how you remember it. PAO, positive anode oxidation, right? Positive anode oxidation. Anode is positive and oxidation takes place. 14th, the catalyst used in Ostwald's process is. So Ostwald process is to make nitric acid. So nitric acid will be what? Haber's process is finely divided ion. Graphite we don't use. Platinum is the one. Okay, vanadium pentoxide we use in contact process, right? This one is in Haber's process. This one will be in Ostwald process. First step, ammonia to nitrogen monoxide, there we use platinum. 15th question. An element belongs to third period, 16th group. It will have dash electrons in its valence shell. So 16th group means 16th group, or we can also call it as 6A. They will have 6 valence electrons. The answer should be C. Okay, so this is question number 1, MCQ 15 questions. Let's move to question number 2 in the section A. The setup shown below is that of fountain experiment with hydrogen chloride gas in the flask. Okay, so HCl gas is there, jet tube, dropper, litmus solution. So they did not mention any color of litmus solution. So if you take neutral litmus solution, it will be purple in color. Okay, remember, neutral litmus solution will be purple in color. This is a fountain, you have HCl in this. Very tricky question. The fountain starts when a few drops of water from the dropper are introduced into the flask. Okay, so when you press the dropper here, it has some drops of water, so it will enter into this, the fountain will start. Instead of the drops of water, Pooja started the fountain by introducing a few drops of sodium hydroxide into the flask. So now instead of water, what she took? Sodium hydroxide solution. Okay. Now explain why the litmus solution gets sucked up when sodium hydroxide solution is used. So even though you use sodium hydroxide solution, what happens this time? Sodium hydroxide solution is basic. HCl is what? Acidic. So acid-base reaction takes place. Sodium hydroxide also has water in it. So a chemical reaction will take place, NaCl plus water. So because HCl reacts with sodium hydroxide solution, a pressure inside this RB flask, pressure, what happens? Pressure drops. So once the pressure drops, outside pressure will be more. So outside pressure is more. It will force the litmus solution to enter into the jet tube and you will observe the fountain. So that should be your reason why the litmus solution gets sucked up. Okay, chalo. B. What will be the color of the fountain when sodium hydroxide is used? Justify your answer. So it depends upon your justification. First one, say the sodium hydroxide solution, they have used a few drops only, right? Only few drops of sodium hydroxide. Say it is not sufficient enough to neutralize all the HCl. So assume that there is excess HCl present in the RB flask. Then you will observe the red fountain. The purple will change to red fountain. This should be your justification. If you are assuming that NaOH is sufficient enough to neutralize all the HCl, which may or may not be true, we don't know. So then it will be remains purple color only because there is no HCl left. Okay, but this will be the better answer. Few drops of NaOH neutralize less amount of HCl, the excess HCl is left, so that will create a red fountain. See, if instead of HCl gas, ammonia gas is filled in the flask and water is introduced from the dropper, will there be a different observation? Justify your answer. Yes, this is just like fountain experiment for ammonia gas using water. So here initially you have a purple color solution, litmus solution. Because ammonia is basic in color, it will change to blue. So what your different observation will be? We observe blue fountain because of basic nature of ammonia gas. Okay, so basically this is specimen paper, means question number 2 you will be having picture based question. Okay, let's go to second part of question 2. Match the column A with column B. Aluminium. So first you have to read column A all the elements, column B all the elements. Okay, aluminium, sulfuric acid, calcination, calcium chloride, carbon tetrachloride, covalent compound, carbonate ore, Hall-Heroult process, contact process, electrovalent compound. The one we know contact process is sulfuric acid, so straight away you can put that. Calcination is done for which one? Carbonate ore. So second one. Calcium chloride, let's see, carbon tetrachloride. Okay, Hall-Heroult process is related to what? Aluminium, so this one is 3. Then left is what? Carbon tetrachloride is covalent compound, so 1. Calcium chloride is ionic or electrovalent, so 5. So this is very simple. Question number, third part of question 2. Complete the following. If an element has one electron in the outermost shell, then it is likely to have the dash atomic size amongst all the elements in the same period. So for this you should have the knowledge. So along the period, they have asked if an element has one electron, means it is belonging to the first group, right? So it is the starting point here. And atomic size amongst all the elements. So across the period, what happens? Atomic size decreases. Therefore, this fellow should have the biggest atomic size, means largest in that period, right? B. Dash does not form an acid salt. Hydrochloric acid does not form an acid salt because to form an acid salt, it at least must have two replaceable hydrogens, which is sulfuric acid. Okay, here does not form is HCl. C. A dash color precipitate is observed when ammonium hydroxide is added to a solution of ferric chloride. Ferric will be what? Reddish brown. Dirty green will be for ferrous. Fe plus 3, this one, ferric. Alkanes undergo dash reactions. Alkanes are saturated. Saturated will undergo substitution reactions. And dash solution will turn methyl orange solution pink. Okay. So remember the mnemonic POI. POI is what? It is the color of the methyl orange. Methyl orange in acidic condition it is pink. In basic condition or alkaline condition it is yellow. In neutral condition it will be orange. Its original color, methyl orange, right? So pink means it should be acidic solution. Otherwise you will have confusion. So remember this point. Fourth part, identify the following. A bond formed between two atoms by sharing a pair of electrons with both electrons being provided by the same atom. Then that bond should be coordinate bond. Coordinate bond, coordinate covalent bond or dative bond, all are same. Because both the electrons are given by the same atom. If it is mutual sharing, then you will say covalent bond. B. A salt formed by the complete neutralization of an acid by a base. Complete neutralization means normal salt, isn't it? Don't write any NaCl or something. Which kind of salt is that? C. A reaction in which the hydrogen of an alkane is replaced by a halogen. So alkanes undergo what type of reaction? Substitution, right? So this is substitution only. Substitution reaction you have to write. Okay. The energy required, whenever required comes, it must be which one? Electron affinity. Sorry, required means electron affinity is energy gain. This one will be ionization, energy, ionization potential, ionization enthalpy, all are same. A homogeneous mixture of two or more metals or metal and non-metal, definite proportion, molten state, this is what? Alloy. Alloy is a mixture. Chalo. Fifth question, organic chemistry. So all of you remember fifth question will be there on organic chemistry, especially naming and writing the structural formula. So if you have not practiced it thoroughly, at least start practicing now. So 5 marks will be in your pocket if you do it properly. Okay. First one, draw the structural diagram. Very, very important. How to draw the structural diagrams. See here, one propanol. So prop means 3 carbon. So first you write, I'm writing here, 1, 2, 3 carbon. An means all are single bond. Al, the secondary suffix is Al means aldehyde. So you write C double bond O and H. Remaining what? Single bonds. First you write, every carbon should have 4 bonds around it. It should not be 5, it should not be 3, it should be 4. Then just write the hydrogen atoms around it. So you have to show all the bonds here. Okay. 1 means the position of the aldehyde group is 1. It is always will be 1. Okay. Second one, 1,2 dichloroethane. 1, 2, second one. Eth means what? Ethane means carbon-carbon single bond. So first you write all the bonds overall. Every carbon should have 4. 1, 2 dichloro. So one chlorine on this, another chlorine on this. Just write hydrogen atoms. Your job is done. 1,2-dichloroethane. But-2-ene. Third one I will write here. But means 4 carbons. First you write that. 2-ene means second position, you have a double bond. So you write here double bond. So remaining you just write the hydrogen. So already see here 3 are there, 1 here, 3 are there, 1 here, remaining 3. So many children do mistake in this. So don't do that. 5 marks if you want to get, do it properly. This is but-2-ene. Next, give the IUPAC name of the following organic compounds. So first you see 1, 2, 3. Root word is prop. Okay. All are single bonds. A, N, E you don't write because there is a alcohol group. So alcohol is at what position? First carbon, wherever it should get the least possible number. So 1, 2, 3. So propan 1 all. Sometimes you will also write it as 1 propanol. So if letter is coming first, so write capital. If the number is coming first, write the small letters. Okay. Second one, the double bond is here. Numbering should start from here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So 5 means pent. What is the position of the double bond? First position. So this is pent. 1 E and E. E and E is suffix for the alkene. Okay, very simple questions. So you have to practice this. So this is section A. So in the next video, I will discuss in detail about section B. Until then, keep practicing. Take care. Bye.